What's up? This your boy D-Shot. I'm sitting here with Thizzler. Make sure y'all subscribe below. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm D-Shot. I've been in the music industry for quite a while. Been working in the business for about 25 years. Sometimes I surface, sometimes I go below and go make a movie. But I'm here to tell you a little bit about what's going on in my life. The click form, you know, I think we just basically had a family full of talent. I mean, it was just surrounding us, you know what I mean? You know, once we made one record, you know, everybody just started hanging around the studio. And as they hung around the studio, while we was in there, you know, making songs, people would submit different things, like LaVidia started singing in the background. And all of a sudden, you know, we're here, like, hey, dog, that's dope. That's fat. Come pop that on here. You know what I mean? And we started, you know, the studio became like a master brainstorming, you know, think tank. You know what I mean? Where ideas was just flowing throughout the whole studio, from the music side to the lyric side to the hook side. You know, I might be doing a hook over here, something retarded like, you know, can I save her? You know what I mean? And then 40 be like, 40 was a good person. He knew how to put it together. So he's just like, hold on, Shot, what'd you say? You said, should I save her? Yep, and then he's just, okay, we gotta put something else right there too. And now I wanna be saved. And then 40 just, well, let's have some females do that part. You know what I mean? And then the female was like, I wanna be saved. That's how you know we had this retarded ass hook. You know what I mean? But it was fat, it was dope, you know what I mean? And it was weird how it came up, you know what I mean? Cause I remember that time I was coming from Sacramento, and I was in the car, and I was listening to the Double Dutch Bus. And 40 said, come on, man, we're gonna make this song called Save A Hoe. So I was playing with the Double Dutch Bus all the way down. Y'all remember that song? The Double Dutch Bus rolling down the street. Musa, musa, musa. He was doing stuff like that, right? And so it was already in my mind subliminally already. And then when I got to the studio, I kind of had something. I kind of was working with that. And then we just, the music tone had the music already set, studio tone. And it just came out like magic, bro. It just all of a sudden everything came together. It was a trip. And that song's still fat to this day. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, a lot of the ideas for that video was 40. You know, y'all already know he a character anyway, man. I mean, he just, boy, he funny, he an OG, he can flex on all directions. And a lot of those ideas was him. And I remember, you know, he was telling Dwayne, which is the director at that time, what he wanted, you know what I mean? And it came out pretty, you know, it came out dope, you know what I mean? You know, how we had, you know, Save A Hoe sitting in the middle, and we was going around him, pointing at him, torturing him, you know what I mean? And, you know, it was fun times for us though, man, you know what I mean? You know, Vallejo was a naval base town. You know, Mare Island used to have Navy people coming in and out of that town. You know, we had a normal childhood, you know what I mean, as far as, you know, we played baseball, football, things of that sort. You know what I mean? You know, our era, you know, our parents taught us well. You know, we had to take care of ourselves. We had to fend for ourselves, you know what I mean? A lot of these youngsters nowadays, they don't really know how to fend for themselves. They don't know how to go out and make money. You know, they all they want to do is get on the PlayStation and play the game and hope money gonna come through the game. But money ain't gonna just come through the game. Money gonna come from hard work, sweat, tears, going out there making it happen through trial and error. You know what I mean? You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. You know, but But we, you know, we was succeeding against all odds with a mother who worked 2 or 3 jobs, you know what I mean? And it just made us all out hustlers on all levels, you know? Whether I was out there, you know, before the rap game, before all this shit, cutting grass, I had, you know, I was running like a corporation. You know what I mean? I had 10 lawnmowers, all my homies, man, go cut that, go cut that, go cut that. You know what I mean? Bring me back $5 on each grass. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, I got $200 in one day. You know what I mean? At 13, 14 years old, you know? So it was all out, you know, it was all out hustle, man. Moms would come home, she'd be like, I'm over here on the couch counting some bread. Boy, give me $100. I gotta pay a bill. Here you go, moms, I ain't tripping. You know, make a nigga a man, you know what I mean? You feel me? You know? So that's, you know, that's all it was, man. We was hustlers, man. Straight up. Sometime, like I told you, sometime I go behind the scenes and I get quiet, you know what I mean? And when I get quiet, you know, I'm making projects like this. Like Don't Get Caught was my last product. You know, it came out about maybe 9 months ago, and it's still circulating. In the soundtrack, of course, you know, I made all the Boss Ballin' series. You know what I mean? So, you know, y'all go get this soundtrack, Don't Get Caught soundtrack. It's a pretty decent soundtrack. You know, y'all know I don't make no punk soundtracks, man. I was one of the best compilation album makers in the world. You know what I'm saying? So believe that. I sold many, many millions of units with my compilations. But now, you know, I get behind the scenes. I ain't gotta have my pictures on the cover. You know what I mean? None of that. But I'm a businessman. I like to create, and that's what I like to do. So I'm a businessman first before fame. You know what I mean? But don't get it twisted. I do like fame, but you know, I do what's best for my projects, you know? And but y'all go get the movie if y'all ain't went and got it. It's one of the funniest movies on the planet. You know what I mean? It's like a Next Friday, but from a Bay Area perspective. We got Mike Epps on it, 40, Linnell, Brian Hooks, you know what I mean? And Snoop Dogg, and plenty, you know, Elise Neal, and a lot more other superstars on here. So y'all go check this out. I think y'all like it. It's funny, you know? And don't forget to go get the soundtrack. Don't Get Caught, you know what I mean? Soundtrack. Yeah, Tired of Being Stepped On was one of our first hit songs, actually. Actually, it was one of our first videos. And I did, you know, about 2.5, 3 years in YA, you know, out there in Preston with the knuckleheads from all over California, from every set, on each block. I mean, ballers from each block. You know, I did time with them, and you know, I learned a lot from them. You know what I mean? You learn a lot from people from different parts of the, you know, the country. And the trip about it is when I made Tired of Being Stepped On, I thought about California Youth Authority, CYA. So when I got out, me and 40 in the studio landing there, and we're like, what's gonna be the subject today? I said, man, 40, tired of being stepped on. I'm tired of being stepped on. I was tired of being a prisoner. You know what I mean? Motherfucking CEOs wasn't playing with you in there. It's like, man, they tell you when to go to sleep, when to turn your light off, when to go use the bathroom. Tired of being stepped on. And that's how we came up with that subject. I did 2 on the lot down in Preston. To hire me is way out the question. Jail cells for a black man's punishment. Can give a damn cause the other man's running it. Now I'm back on the streets. I gotta compete but you can't beat no case. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's how it came about, man. And you know, and people like that song because I think that people were feeling a certain way about, you know, how the political realm and how society was back then. They felt it. It was something that it was something that they can feel, and they took it and ran with it, and it made us successful. It was one of the songs that really made us successful. Oh yeah, man. You know, Caught Me on the Under, man, was basically one of them songs where, you know, I like to call myself a little, you know, I like females, you know what I mean? To me, females is fun, you know, and back then, I used to play a little bit, and, you know, and like I said, I told y'all about those access codes, man. I knew how to talk to the females and and holler at them, and they like to be around me. And so I end up, you know, messing around with a couple of people, women. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was like, I'm over here rapping about what I was really doing. You know what I mean? You know, she calling me on the under. You know what I mean? And, you know, I'm telling her, look, man, you need to call your dude, man, because he on your head right now. You need to go home. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give you a little break. Go home to your dude so he can get off your back. You know what I mean? Just some real undercover sneaky shit. You know what I mean? That shit, it really ain't cool be doing it, but that's what it was. You know what I mean? You know, that's been a life of a youngster. You know, 17, 18, getting it in. You know what I mean?